And one more thing too, now that I'm making this video, I make these videos for me and my grandchildren one day to find, even though a lot of this stuff they won't understand. But here's another thought about Palestine and Israel. Like everybody, like Candace Owens and you know, shitbags like that, sit behind, in their bubble, they never go anywhere, and they get behind the keyboard and they figured it all out. They know everything. They know more than the CIA, FBI, and all other kinds of three-letter agencies with thousands upon thousands of men and women that are way, way better at investigating than her. But Candace figured it out, Anyway, I'm getting off my train of thought. Here's the thing. Ask Candace, who would you rather have win, Candace? Who would you win? Who would you rather have win, Israel or Hamas? There has to be a winner. It's a war. Hamas, we know it's been going longer than October 7th, but Hamas did something that, 1,200 people isn't nothing to sneeze at, and horrific ways that people died and got tortured and suffered and raped and all the rest of it. And people just keep ignoring those atrocities. I don't see 1,000 Israelis parachuting into Palestine and raping and burning their women and children. For somebody like Candace Owens to even pretend that those two things are on the same footing isn't even close to being credible. So who would you rather have win, Candace Owens, Israel or Hamas? But Candace would probably say, let me get into Candace's mind because it's pretty easy because it's an open door. But Candace will probably say something like, well, obviously I would want Israel to, the only democracy and, free society in the Arab world over there. I'd rather have them win, but I just have a problem with the way they're prosecuting the war. I have a problem with how they do things. They're blowing up unnecessarily hospitals and schools and things like this. Well, here's the little, obvious to me, but if I was an American soldier and this kind of thing, our country got attacked and we were going after somebody who's hiding in residential areas like hospitals and schools and people's houses and shit, but at the same time they're booby trapping because Hamas makes sure that Israel doesn't have a choice. You come in here on foot and try to get us one at a time, we got bombs and booby traps and terrible ways to suffer and die and get tortured along the way. So there's no choice. They either go in there and get tortured and die and get blown up by booby traps, or they blow up a whole structure where they think they might be hiding weapons in themselves. Pretty simple, obvious answer. But Candace, she knows better, right? Living in her bubble. I'm Candace Owens, living in my bubble.